chapter 9 now. Brothers, we back in the service. All right, so now it's 1Esdras 9th chapter, verse 1. Then Esdras, rising from the court of the temple, bear with me for a second. Get my notes. All right, so 1Esdras 9 and 1. Then Esdras, rising from the court of the temple, went to the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliasib, and remained there, and did eat no meat, nor drink water. So that's a fast. No eat, no drink water. So if somebody say they fasting but they drink water, that's a water diet.
Okay.
Water diet. It's water diet. It's not a fast.
But that's just a water diet. There I did something like the moon day, sunrise, the sunset. But I drank some water because it was hot out there.
Right.
Go ahead.
You just was practicing some diet, but you weren't fasting. Like the Muslim be doing. Like the Muslims say, oh, they don't eat. I'm fasting, but I drink water. That's not a fast. But I had a brother tell me he's Muslim. He said, yeah, I'm in the Ramadan. I fast. I drink water. I didn't want to shut him down. I listened to what he had to say, but in my mind I said, because he was talking something different with me, and then he just so happened to tell me that. But that's I let him talk, but it's not a fast.
But in your mind, you said
no fast. There ain't no fast. He just some diet, doing a water fast. He says he drank no water, and he didn't eat.
Right.
Verse 3. And there was a proclamation in all Jewry in Jerusalem to all men that were of the captivity, to all them that were of the captivity, that they should be gathered together at Jerusalem. What's going on here? Because they had a plan to end race mixing. Right? They had a proclamation made throughout Jerusalem, throughout Judea and Jerusalem.
Got them all together.
Right. Throughout Judea and Jerusalem.
They ain't gonna let it happen no more.
And when it says to all of them, what are you talking about?
all the tribes get together, and whatever happened then, they're not gonna let it happen no more. They're gonna keep on moving.
Okay. Is it all the tribes?
All the tribes got to stick together.
Okay.
Was in captivity.
This is all of them that had returned from exile, right? Like captivity, that had returned from the captivity. That's what he meant by all of them right there. Remember when we went to Jerusalem from Babylon, not everyone went to Jerusalem.
Right.
Not everybody that was in the captivity went to Jerusalem. I took an example earlier. If they say, you know, black people going to, so-called black people in America, we going to Jerusalem, there's gonna be a bunch of people who say, man, I'm not from Israel. I'm not from Israel, I'm not going. I was born here. I was born here. This is my country. That's where I was born.
Got their own decision.
Yeah. But, you know our people. They say, man, I'm staying here. That's my country.
Right.
And I was born here. That's my country. And plus, that's where they know, right? That's the culture they know. They don't know any other culture.
Right.
So they call themselves American.
Right.
So that's why they had to pick select group and those who want to go. Those who want. That's why when Artaxerxes sent a letter, it says those who want to go, let them go with you, because they imply that not everybody would want to go.
Right. That's automatically because they're going to have their own way.
Right. And bear in mind, they grew up not knowing our culture.
Right.
They grew up in the land of the enemy. They don't practice keeping the law.
Right.
They just do whatever the enemy is doing because they consider themselves, you know, part of that land. If they were born there, that's who they think they are. Right? And there was a proclamation. And also, let me read this. And that I had in my note. Even Nehemiah, right? Nehemiah chapter 6 and 15. Actually, 2 and 2. Let's go to Nehemiah 2 and 2 first. Nehemiah. And not all of them that are born there, you know, are there to that country's custom. Some of them they born there, but they still there to their Israelite custom. You know, those who their, you know, family practicing the Jew custom, they taught their children the Jew custom as well. But not to say that if they were born there, they automatically don't follow our culture. That's not the case.
You say Nehemiah what?
Nehemiah chapter 2 and verse 2. And Yeshaya, when you get it, you can read it for us.
Okay.
Nehemiah.
That's Ezra.
Con. Nehemiah 2 and 2. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid.
Mm-hmm. So Nehemiah, even though he was over there in captivity,
Right.
he was not happy. He was in the land of the enemy, but his mind was not in that land. His mind was in Jerusalem.
Right.
So when he go to the court, it's just like his face. You can see it in his face, and the king can see it in his face. Right? He's like, what happened? What's going on, man? He's like, what's going on? You carry it all on your face.
Not happy.
That's not a happy face at all.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Verse 3. It said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad? When the city, the place of my fathers' sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire.
Yep. So pretty much he said, why would I not be concerned? Why would I not be sad? Because the city of my father, he said the city of his father.
Right.
And from what I read is Nehemiah was born there. He was born there. Even though born there, he's part of their culture, but his mind is not in that land. His mind is in the city of his father.
His father.
Oh, wow. Okay, he was born in that place. He wasn't born in Jerusalem.
Right. I gotta look into it more, but from what I read. But the thing is, he was in the land of the captivity, but yet his mind was not there. His mind was his people in the land of Jerusalem. It's the same way we here, we in America, but we feel like this land is polluted. We don't like it. Yeah, we don't like it.
We want Jerusalem back.
Right.
Almost still went over there already.
Yeah. But now they come back.
They locked them up.
Read the 4th verse.
Verse 4. Then the king said unto me, for what dost thou make request? For I pray to the power of heaven.
No, so that's it. So now he wants to get his request made, and that's how Nehemiah and the group or in Esdras, they left and go build the temple.
Yeah.
Right? Because his mind was not there. Okay? Uh-huh. You said it didn't build?
They didn't put it in that city.
No. They went back. So let's read the 15th verse.
15 of 2?
No, just read the 15th verse. Just the 15th.
Of Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Verse 15. Then went I up in the night by the brook, and viewed the wall, and turned back, entered by the gate of the valley, and so returned.
Read on.
Verse 16. And the rulers knew not whither I went, or what I did. Neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest that did the work.
Right. So pretty much once again, this is showing how Nehemiah was so zealous about what was going on in his hometown.
He was doing for himself.
Fine. So let's get back to the Apocrypha. Verse 4. And thou whosoever met not there within 2 or 3 days, according as the elder that bear wool appointed, their cattle should be seized to the use of the temple, and himself cast out from them that were of the captivity. So there's an ultimatum that go out. You're gonna have the proclamation is made. You're gonna have a gathering to instruct the people what's gonna do about that race mixing. And they tell the people, they give them 3 days. Those who don't show up, they're gonna seize their cattle for the temple to do the temple service, and these people, they're gonna be cast out from among the Israelites.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta take extreme measure with Israel. Show them that you're not playing around. Because at that point, you know, we already done so much. So now, yeah. So you will be expelled from among your people if you don't show up.
Right.
It's like you've been sanctioned by the priest to show up. Yep.
That's rough. Take this cattle and throw it off the city.
That's the source of my wealth.
Right. And keep in mind that group, it was a exclusive group of Israel, those who came from the captivity. So everybody from that group, they're supposed to be there. And if you don't show up, you're gonna be cast out from the group who came from captivity. Yeah. Take you out from the group.
Took your belongings too.
Yeah.
They was a tribe.
Right.
And each tribe had to, you know, follow the rules.
And those who accept to go, you already know they knew the law, they were following the law. Right? So that's how they can take them and kick them out if they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, they knew better. In verse 6, and all the multitude sat trembling in the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather. What was that present foul weather?
What was bad?
What was bad about it? Yes, it was cold. Yep. Yeah, they were trembling. What made you trembling in the weather? When it's cold. You're like, oh man, you know, it's cold. Shivering, you know, you shivering.
And when they say foul weather,
foul weather. They trembling because of the foul weather. God called of the temple because of the present foul weather. It was wintertime. Bad weather. Yep. Verse 7. So Esdras arose up and said unto them, ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives, thereby to increase the sin of Israel. I'm trying to, you know, project that voice of Ezra talking.
God bless Ezra.
So, and now, by confessing, give glory unto the Lord, God of our fathers,
Right.
and do his will, and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land, and from the strange women. Then cried the whole multitude, and said with a loud voice, like as thou hast spoken, so will do. So will do. Right? So that's how the multitude they were shouting.
So will we do.
So will we do.
Amen.
Right? But for as much as the people are many, and it is foul weather, so that we cannot stand without, and this is not work of a day or two, seeing our sin in these things is spread far, therefore let the rulers of the multitude stay, and let all them of our habitations that have strange wives come at the time appointed. So they dismiss the multitude. They only take the governors, the people who are in charge. Let's say, for example, you have the mayor of that town. Right. The mayor of that town would stay, right, for a meeting, but the multitude leaves, and then they will let them know another day to come, right, so they can tell them what decision they're gonna make.
Oh, okay. They make the decision.
So, but they're gonna stay. The head of the people, they're gonna stay in the meeting, because the weather is foul, and we already see the sin that you have done. So we're gonna find out what we're gonna do. But we're not gonna keep you here because it's cold. Go home, and then we'll let you know when to come back, right, with the final decision.
Right.
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 Just a question here.
Yeah.
All we really were talking about are the southern tribes right here, right? That's who we're in captivity at this time.
We're talking about Judah, right? Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. Yeah.
Benjamin, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin.
Okay.
All the tribes.
So there already was a split between the two.
Go on. That's why when he said Jewry, that means the tribe of Judah.
Oh, really? Oh, I did, sir. That's my name with you guys. J-U-E-A?
All right, so let's go to what verse we on now?
9 and 10.
Verse 10. Then cried out. No, we did that. It's 11. But
No, 13.
13.
And strange wives come at the time
Spread
of
afar. Yeah, 13. Therefore, the rulers of, yes. Verse 13. And with them, the rulers and judges of every place. So they had the rulers. The rulers would be considered a mayor, and then the judge of that town. Right? Let's say if you're in this town, somebody who's over the governor in that town, plus the judge in that town. So they would stay behind to go to that meeting. And with them the rulers and judges of every place, till we return away the wrath of the Lord from us for this matter. Then Jonathan, the son of Azel, and Ezekias, the son of Diaconus, accordingly took this matter upon them. And Mosalan and Levi and Sebastius helped them. So they form those guys, they form a commission, right, to deal with that situation. So they take the responsibility of, conducting what will be done with that situation, to investigate the whole matter. And then they had somebody to help them. And they that were of the captivity did according to all these things. What all these things they did according? 16. And Esdras the priest chose unto him the principal men of their families, all by name, and the first day of the 10th month, they sat together to examine the matter. So they come in, listen, we're gonna have a sit down. So he take those men, and those men that he took, it was the principal men, right? Principal men of their families. All right, that's verse 16, right?
Yeah.
Now we at 17.
Yeah, 18. Some 17, some say 18. No, yes,
17. So their cause that held strange wives, and their cause that held strange wives was brought to an end in the first day of the first month. So they decide the case. They decide the matter. So there's a lot of judgment going on. They open the Bible, and then they say, you had strange wife, right? And you already know what the law says, right?
Right.
You already know what the law says. And what are you gonna do? You either put your wife away or we kick you out. What are you gonna do? And they make you read the law, you read the law and you already know it. Okay, you confess what happened. Yeah, I was in Persia, man. Those ladies, they threw themselves at me. I didn't really wanna, and I know it wasn't right, but you're in captivity, they offer me, they give me some some privileges, I mean, I took it, but I didn't really like her,
Oh, you did.
But I knew what the law says, but I'd rather put her away and be on good side with the Most High. But I know I may face some consequences, and I don't want that to continue in Israel, and I don't want to be put out of Israel. So, so they they hear everybody's story, and then decide what they're gonna do. Question.
On TV right now, you see commercials. They have mixed couples on TV all the time. White woman, a black woman with a white man, a black man with a black woman, vice versa. And little kids, pretty hair. Look at it. What we can do. Yeah. They get that from the Bible. That's why there's an argument about right here. Leave them white girls alone. Strange wives. Nehemiah. Oh, we're going to run right into that. We keep reading Nehemiah.
So now check this out, right? Check this out. On the 16th verse, it says, and Esdras, the priest, choose unto him the principal men of their families, right? All by name. So everybody who had strange wife, they pick them. You come in, come to the auditorium, just walk in, maybe inner court, come in. It says, and in the first day of the 10th month, in the new moon, it's a new beginning, new month, right? And then that new month is gonna be a new beginning. You choose a good day to start that thing. After this new month, it's gonna be a new beginning, right? And you already know, and he chose that because these people, they cannot say, I'm working tomorrow, right? Because you have to come into the new moon. You have to keep the new moon, right? So he chose a day where you cannot miss it. Right, you have to be there. Right. Very tactical. But if you give them on a day when they work, I had to, get them. I had to cater to my cattle. They run in the field and stuff like that. But on the new moon, you have to be there. So you were in captivity. You were so zealous to come to Jerusalem because you knew the law. So you're gonna have to be here on that day. So that cause that her strange wife was brought to an end in the first day of the first month. So the matter was established in the new moon.
Right, that's what they did. They didn't say that.
Right.
For the children. Did they kill the kids? No.
They ain't kill the kids. You put away the wife. Put away the wife. You know why? Yeah. Because the kids, they Israelites.
Okay, because their father was Israelite.
Right.
Because their father was Israelite.
Right.
Now hold up right there. That means we got mixed blood in us then.
That's not no mixed blood. It's one blood.
If he was this woman white?
Huh?
Was this woman white?
There's no mixed blood. There's no mixed blood.
Oh, they said,
No. We're talking about as far as mixed multitude, but not talking about mixed blood. Not mixed. What is it? Mixed multitude. Mixed multitude, that doesn't mean mixed blood. It's mixed multitude.
And you go back up there to the rule.
It's like different people.
But it also different color polluting. I think it said polluting something.
But did it say polluting the blood? It's polluting the law, our custom, our statutes, our way of life. Right. You're right. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. You did say that back then. Huh?
He said he was in another place.
Oh.
The guy earlier, he was the rules in the judge. I even highlighted. And where he met her at, South Philly.
What will in
you go to verse 9 and do his will.
Which verse?
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
And do his will.
And
separate yourself from the heathen of the land and from the strange woman. Now, what is strange
woman mean? A woman from another nation. A heathen who's not Israelite.
It don't matter.
Who is not Israelite? It could be.
Okay, heard the word you just said?
It could be.
White or Chinese.
No.
Okay, let's mix blood if he laid
No.
down. He got babies.
There's no such thing.
There's no such
That
thing.
was no such thing.
What
What
your
your
father
father
is. Numbers 1 to 10.
Okay.
We're talking about seed, not blood.
See, my seed right here going to white woman make a baby. That's the same thing, blood.
That ain't no mixed blood. It's your blood.
That's your blood.
Your blood.
It's not mixing.
Be in the baby, man.
No.
Our blood is in the baby.
Okay.
But your blood dominates her blood.
Oh, yeah.
Man blood dominates.
Judah blood dominates recessive blood. Jews have the dominant blood.
You guys getting carried. Yeah, you brothers
no.
getting carried away. There's no mixing because the seed is not mixed. The seed is your seed. That's the bottom line. The seed,
blood.
yeah, the seed is your seed.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like you putting an apple in the
go.
ground.
There you go.
You put your sperm, her, she ain't nothing but
Right,
grass.
but all right, exactly.
Your seeds in the grass,
Exactly.
they grow.
Right.
We have a baby
So now
with a
let's.
white
So now
woman.
let.
You baby.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's exactly what the brothers say. Let's say you take the seed of an apple, you take it to a soil in China. It's not gonna come apple and orange. It's gonna come apple, no matter where you plant it. So the seed is gonna come always the seed of what it is.
Seed is dominant.
If you plant an orange seed in Jamaica, it's still gonna grow oranges.
Right.
It's not gonna grow mangoes or peaches.
Right.
Right? The seed is gonna grow orange. Orange is gonna be orange.
So hold on, doctors in here. So this lady will have no blood of all in this child.
No, we're not talking about blood. We're talking about seed.
He might come out
Seed.
light skinned.
Right. But that doesn't mean it's a different
See this
seed.
baby here I got? If I have a baby with a white woman, she gonna come out with this old silk pretty hair. This child.
Now hold on. Back that again. A silk pretty hair.
Well, then,
So what told you that your hair is not pretty?
Oh yeah, it is.
So I mean, what told you your hair is not pretty?
The white man.
Is it? Is it a mind control? They got pretty hair, good hair, and your hair is not nice. It's nappy. It's bad.
Your hair is better than this.
That's right.
Your hair sticks up on your head. When your bush, your afro sticks up there, your hair falls down. We got more strength than that.
They got straight hair.
It's like a dog.
And it smell like dog when it get wet.
Yeah, sure do.
Girl,
I
your
mean,
hair is better.
Well, hold on.
Because they told us that their hair was better. So everybody
Well, why Spanish people and Mexican hair is different?
it's just different hair, but that doesn't mean it's pretty as hair than your hair.
You've been told that.
You've been told that they got good. That's good hair,
All these years they've been brainwashed.
and to a certain point, you believe it.
Right. If they tell you over and over again, you know what I mean? You think that they got
It's different hair.
hair don't stand up straight.
Right. There's nothing wrong with their hair. There's nothing wrong with your hair.
Right?
You know what happened is when you get into what's better, somebody always gonna claim theirs is better. You just gotta know that your hair is better, your hair is good, their hair is good. It's just different people. The Most High created us in different shades, right? Different. That's why you have apple, you have orange, you have different flavor, right? You have different kind. But once you start letting people get into your head, theirs is better and yours is not good, and then they say, man, this is pretty hair. He said, then he got the good hair, and then you keep buying into this, then that's when you accept it.
Okay.
That's why a lot of our brothers, they don't grow their hair.
Cut it off.
They cut it off because of the kinky. It's either they cut it very, very, very low where it's lay down their head, right? So the kinkiness don't show up, or they cut it, they bald.
Put a straightening comb in there, trying to look like a white man. And get a comp like Reverend Al Sharp. Reverend Knight.
Right. So as soon as the kinky hair start kicking, and they go cut it down, lay it down. Lay down, you know.
They don't even use Figaro no more.
Yeah.
Remember Figaro?
No.
Mr. Dave, remember Figaro?
Yeah.
Right. So this when he was brainwashed.
It never worked on my head though. My mom.
All right.
You got to have a head. You are a real child from Israel. He told me that. I know nothing about no Israel.
Yahushua's hair is woolly and kinky.
Yeah, you are. I won't say that. Hebrew. Revelation. He had war.
But the problem is they never show us that, you know, we would never thought that Yahushua's hair is like that. So, you know, maybe we would think our hair is good if we were to show that from a child.
You got the hair of the Son of God.
Right?
He had got rid of the children too.
You got rid of the children.
13 and 9.
You told him to go back home and you got grown, then you come back to Israel. Go back to your...
Verse 16 now.
You on 18.
18, right?
And strange wives.
Gone. From the first month, right? Okay, verse 18 now. And of the priests that were come together and had strange wives, and the priests that were come together, even the priests.
The priest was going.
Man, that captivity must have been so tempting to them.
White women.
And had strange wives, there were found. So they found them.
Yeah. These white girls there. They wasn't talking about no black women.
Now they were, yeah, Persians. They were Persians, you know, Babylonians.
Dashing girls. Yeah, look at turn around.
And they got rid of the children too. Yeah,
Verse 19. Of the son of Jesus, the son of Josedek, and his brethren, Matthias, and Eleazar, and Joribus. And keep in mind, when you're a priest, you're of a high stature, and people look up to you,
Right.
especially if you're dealing in the heathen kingdom, you tend to be dealing on a higher echelon. So you bumping heads with them. So you have the habit of dealing with them. So one thing will lead to another. You're gonna most likely, if you're not conscious of the law, you will be dealing with the heathen. Because you're dealing with them every day. Right?
Right?
And they the one with the money, right? They the one with the money, and they, you know, in offices, and you bumping head with them. Most likely, sometimes it happens, the temptation get to you, and you deal with them. And Jerebus, and Jordanus, and they gave their hands to put away their wives, and to offer rams to make reconcilement for their errors. So it was an error. It was a big mistake. It was a big mistake. Right? And to a certain degree, even the heathen, they knew this too. Because I remember I had a friend, and he had a East Indian girlfriend. And they were together for quite some time. And then she took a trip to East India. When she came back to the state, they used to live in New York. She didn't go back to New York. She went all the way to California.
Why?
Because when she got there,
What people told me.
yep.
Leave that nigga alone. Leave that nigga alone. You know, Denzel Washington made that movie when he was in Africa.
Yeah.
And he tried to mess with that Indian girl and her parents wouldn't let him do a movie. Make that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an old movie.
When we say, yeah, when you told him when we gonna live on First and Sunshine.
Right.
You told him when at the in the movie you told him, you said, well,
Because in America, everything's like a melting pot. And she was dealing with him. They were quote unquote in love. She took that trip. She never went back to New York again. Went all the way back to the West Coast.
She ain't coming to base.
No, he went all the way to the West Coast.
Right over the Hollywood.
Yeah.
Boy, we saw no.
Man, he was devastated.
Yes, he was. She cheated on me. No, she cheated on you. Cheating on God. Okay. Verse 21.
Verse 21. And of the sons of Emer, Ananias, and Zabdias, and Enos, and Samaias, and Yesil, and Isaias, and of the sons of Faisur, Elienes, Massius, Ismael, and Nathaniel, and Axidalus, and Tarsus, and of the Levites, Jozadab, and Semis, and Colius, who was called Colitas. Imagine today, how many of us dealing with the heathen? Man, we would have a whole list. If the Most High, when I wonder if Yahushua, when he comes, he's gonna come with the whole list. He said, of the Israelite that have married strange wife, right? In the land of North, in the captivity. And then they're gonna read everybody's name. Step forward.
Read Isaiah chapter 13. Everyone that is found shall be brought through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Good. But I mean, in judgment.
Oh, yeah.
When the book is open.
I don't know if she's not.
Well, I mean, you don't know. At some point in time, something gonna reveal itself.
Yeah, it will.
You know what I mean? Just keep doing what you're doing now, and then stay in follow the law. At some point in time, something gonna reveal itself. It is what it is.
You ain't doing it, but you can grace it, though. You ain't doing it.
Right. It's not like you're dealing with.
Right. Stop!
If she got rhythm, you know what it is.
Now, you know what happened? She may pick up the rhythm, depending if you watch BET at home all the time. She ain't pick on it, You can't go by that.
She get some bells in her hand. The black women dance like that too, back then.
Yeah. Verse 24 now, right?
Yeah.
Is it 24? Yeah, 24. Of the holy singer. No, 23. And of the Levite, Jozadab, and Semis, and Colius, who was called Calitas, and Pethius, and Judas, and Jonas. Of the holy singers. There's no hiding. At some point, even in the system, somebody will hide something. So you don't put no name on the list. Don't put my name on the list. Yeah, they don't put my name on the list. Yeah, even if you're a priest, whoever you are, a singer, you in the temple, they gotta put your name on the list. Some people will pay some money so they don't put their name on the list. Of the holy singers, Eliasarus, Bacchus, of the porters, Salumus, and Tobinas, of them of Israel, of the sons of Pharaoh, Yemis, and Adias, and Melchias, and Maelis, and Eleazar, and Asibias, and Bahanias, of the sons of Elah, Mattanias, Zacharias, and Urelius, and Uremoth, and Aedius, and of the sons of Zamoth, Elidas, Elisimus, Antonius, Jeremoth, and Sabatus, and Sardis. Hey, your name is on that list. That name is on the list of lawbreakers, and on the lawbreaker list, transgressors list, of the son of Bibe, Johannes, and Ananias, and Josabed, and Amatheus, of the sons of Mani, Olamus, Mamucus, Judeus, Jesubus, Jazel, and Yemoth. And you know, when that list come out, some people feel embarrassed, you know that, right? Because if no, your name is on that list, they give it to people, you feel embarrassed.
I hope I wasn't there.
And of the son of Adi, Natus, and Moses, Lacunus, Naidus, Meditanius, and Sestel, Balnus, and Manasseh, and of the sons of Annas, Alianus, and Assis, and Melchias, and Sabius, and Simon Gozamius, and of the son of Assam, Artanius, and Matthias, and Banias, and Lephalet, and Manasseh, and Samies, and of the son of Mani, Mayani, Jeremias, Mundus, Omaris, Joel, Mabdai, and Bus, and Mamniatanemus, Eliesis, Banus, Eliali, Samus, Salamius, Nathanias, and of the sons of Azora, Cesis, Esriel, Azielus, Samatus, Zembis, Josephus. You know, the people who don't have their name on the list, they like, man, my name is not on that list. I told you not to mess with her. I told you. And of the son of Etma, Mazisius, Zabadias, Edis, Joel, Manias. All these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children.
What did he send them to?
They put them away. They're not dealing with them. Put them away, you know. I mean, that's it, man. You know, maybe we gotta go. We gotta separate. I did something that I should not have done. You know, according to the law of my fathers, the law of the Most High. You know, you gotta go.
That's why Prince Charles right there about his kids.
You gotta go.
His sons, who they gonna marry. I wish he'd married that black girl. No, not this one. He had another one before that one. Who? Prince Charles' son. One of them had something that looked like black. The white man overseas.
Is this man who?
Yeah. He had one that looked kind of black, and he had to let her go.
He like dark meat, huh?
Yeah, his son did. He had to let her go.
Can't keep his hands off.
And the whole multitude came together with one accord into the broad place of the holy porch towards the east. So it was a public announcement.
Yeah.
They, they put you on Front Street. They were on Front Street. Yeah, front page. They publish it. They publish it in the, in the in the circulation at that time. Or just put it on the doorposts. See all those names. Oh, yeah, this guy. Yeah, I told him. Not to mess with him. He ain't listen.
They put away the children of Israel too, but they couldn't speak the Jews. They put away the children.
And they spake unto Esdras, the priest and reader, that he would bring the law of Moses, right? And they spake unto Esdras, the priest and reader, that he would bring the law of Moses that was given of the Lord God of Israel. So he said, now bring in the records. Bring in the records. Bring the records out. So Esdras, the chief priest, brought the law unto the whole multitude, from men to women, and to all the priests, to hear the law in the first day of the 7th month. See, he always choose the new moon. Always get together on the new moon. He said on the first day of the 7th month. And he read the broad court before, and he read the broad court before the holy porch from morning unto midday. There's a lot of, you got to go over everything, right? And keep in mind, when we read chapter 8, he said you omitted nothing, which means he had to go word for word, right? What the scripture says. Midday, before both men and women, and all the multitude gave heed unto the law. Right? So everybody heard what was read, and everybody adhered to it. Verse 42. And Esdras the priest and reader of the law stood up upon the pulpit. Ah, see, he had a pulpit.
I would say even now, sometimes a brother may be with a sister, a sister, and then later on he kind of like, I know your father was like, I gotta get rid of you. I can't bring you in the congregation. Even now, she be a strange wife. Later on he would find out. But like brothers are coming into the truth more and more. Then you can get, she looks black. I've been her for years now, and I didn't realize her father was white. Gotta get rid of her.
Right. All right, verse 42 again, it says, and Esdras the priest and reader of the law stood up upon a pulpit of wood, which was made for that purpose. Right? Purpose. For that purpose that it was made. So meaning it was prepared exactly for that purpose. 43.
I was saying too that if put away the children too, right? With the wives. So I guess when the children get older, they're gonna come back.
Possibility.
When they become adults,
If they don't get fully entrenched in the heathen kingdom.
Yeah, if they're children. Yeah, some of them could be in even breast milk too.
Because what happened is, let's say if it's a heathen woman and you keep them around Israel, Israel gonna continue to sleep with them.
Right.
So if it's a female, it's even it's the same thing. You got to put them away, because if it's a female, we keep them around, Israel gonna be dealing with them. (44) 43. And there stood up by him Mattathias, Semis, Ananias, Isaiah, Urias, Ezekias, Balamus upon the right hand. So those guys, they were right there on the podium with him while he read the law. And upon his left hand stood Phaladaeus, Misael, Malchias, Lotasubus, and Nebias. Then took Esdras the book of the law before the multitude, for he sat honorably in the first place in the sight of them all. And when he opened the law, they stood all straight up. Everybody stand. And a sign of respect. But when you open the book, everybody stands. So Esdras blessed the Lord God Most High, the God of hosts, Almighty, and all the people answered, Amen, and lifted up their hands. They fell to the ground and worshiped the Lord. Also Jesus, Annas, Sarabius, Adenas, Jacobus, Sabbates, Otis, Maenius, and Calitas, Isorius, and Josabdus, and Ananias, Beatus, the Levites, taught the law of the Lord, making them withal to understand it.
Okay. You see, he was talking about, but did they have concubines? Here it says wives.
Right.
It didn't talk about concubines. So if the guy just have the heathen as wives, then he don't have any Israelite wives, and they're not don't have like concubines, because concubine is concubine and wives are wives, but these are just like talking about wives.
Right.
Yeah, as maybe your first choice or something like that. Because we had multiple wives, but have a concubine, a heathen as a wife, and you don't have an Israelite wife. Not good. But concubine is concubine.
Right.
And a question, say for example, how do you figure in someone who said a white man has a baby by a sister, and then the sister produces a son, and then the son grows up, he marries another Israelite, and they have children. Are those grandchildren still considered? They're not considered. Are they considered Israel?
The Edomites.
The Edomites, or even though the son, and so he would be
Because they come, the seed come from the Edomite, because it continues on down.
Right, so the son would be, the children would be
Edomites
or children of the flesh. They be considered children of the flesh. The Bible says they're all not Israel.
No, what I'm saying is that even though he went and married uh, a sister, the seeds is still come from the man.
Originally comes from,
Yeah.
from the white.
So he's still an Edomite, regardless.
Because it's like, dark skin Edomites is like, we don't want them. A lot of Esau don't want them either. They say, oh, you guys are you're black. We don't want them. But you come to the knowledge of the truth, who we are. Dark skin Edomites. Sometimes they're hard too, because they figure that they're black. Because even that son is gonna carry his father's name. His father's name come down. Somebody told me, his father's coming down there. White coming all the way down to the front. Whatever children they have. Yeah.
Right. So regardless, the seed will be an Edomite seed because it goes according to the seed of your forefathers. Right. So write down Numbers 1 and 8. All right, so let's continue on. Verse 49. Then spake Arthurades unto Esdras, the chief priest and reader, and to the Levites that taught the multitude, even to all, saying, This day is holy unto the Lord. For they all wept when they heard the law. And go then and eat the fat and drink the sweet, and send part of them that have nothing. You keep in mind, it's the new moon, it's a feast day anyway, right? For this day is holy unto the Lord, and be not sorrowful. That's why he said, to make a joyful noise unto the Lord, right? Sing out loud. So when we come in the new moon, it's a joyous occasion. And the people knew it, and it was the right day also, even though they felt bad, but it was the right day. So it was a joyful occasion. It was a joyful day. Because the new moon is a joyful occasion. Then went they their way, everyone to eat and drink, and make merry, and to give part of them that had nothing, and to make great cheer, because they understood the words wherein they were instructed, and for the which they had been assembled. All right, so they know the deal. You know what the deal was? They assemble on that day, the new moon, joyous occasion, and this was it. That's how they put away the strange wife in their midst. All right, that concludes Sabbath. Do you have the list of what we're reading next Sabbath? Y'all can. I can pull it. Huh? Oh, one. Numbers 3 and 4. Huh? Numbers 7:28.
No. July 28th, 2018. It numbers 1 and 2. One of these numbers 3. 28. Could be numbers 3 and 4.
You have the list?
Oh, I'm looking at the that was abbreviated number.
All right. So if we don't have it today, hopefully Mosa is willing by Tuesday. And in a class, it will be communicated, and also via text, it can be sent out. So as of now, we have concluded 1Esdras chapter 8 and chapter 9.
Yes, that'd be numbers 3.
Okay. So it's not 100%. It might be numbers 3 and verse 4 to be confirmed.
2 weeks ago, Nadia did numbers 2, 1 and 2.
All right.
That's 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago and a week ago, I did the New Testament. And you did it properly.
Okay. All right. So according to what y'all told me, it might be numbers 3 and 4. All right. So stay tuned for the closing prayer. And continue to cultivate the good habit that will keep us strong, and hopefully we will stay in until the end of time, or till the end of our time. Musa is willing, we'll be in touch starting next week. Shalom. Stay tuned for the closing prayer. Somebody gets the blind? Baba Shah? Goodbye.
Yes. I said, I knew you were going to try that.
Abu Kushai, can you please get the blank for us? Because you the closest.
You didn't call my name.
You're the closest. You're the closest. You're the closest.
Everybody.
I'm gone.
You know I got a bad back. He was supposed to come.
Bad back. Oh, are you catching you too?
Yeah, I had a bad back and I came to class. I ain't like you.
This is really cool.
I know. You know I'm going myself now.
I had to see my
That's something with my brother.
You think you got problems? You got all that food over here.
Barakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Asherah, Natananawa, Pa Yagapan, Tuwara Aman, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Af Yasha'al. English translation, blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it. To Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, with Israel. I might well upon you are Jerusalem, send us to Jerusalem. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barukushai, Shemai, Lanawa, Aitha, Yamyan, Aitha, Shalat, Micah Allah, Wala Alahayim, Latazu Dakim, Shimon Aya, Barak, Wapa, Mangun, Wakaziyak, Banya, Yasha Allah, Wasalak, Lanawa, Rabiam, Kakama, Rabiam, the Aif, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalanwaf, Rabiam, Amawan, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Agana, Wakanaya, Wasalak, Kal, Kata Yemna, La Akim, Wayasha Allah, Tamyad, Waiwulam, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Aman. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous angels and powers to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection. And forgive us all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. The four corners pray. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barak Nawa, Wayasha Allah, Babashu Suparium, Shama, Yashua, Yahweh, Allah Hainawa, Yahweh, Akkad. All right, brothers, circle up. Shalom, brothers and sisters on the conference line, and those watching on the live stream. Have a blessed week. Enjoy the rest of the Sabbath. And enjoy the rest of the moon. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Oh.
Wait a minute.